Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to IBS Electronics webinar, Fast Track Quoting, How AI Transforms Your Bill of Material Analysis. I'm Matthew Amato, Global Marketing and Public Relations Manager for IBS Electronics Group, and I'm excited to be here today with Aldo Vasquez, our Global Product Manager. Today, we're excited to dig into how IBS Electronics can support you with fast quoting. Let's get started.
Welcome to IBS Electronics Group, where innovation meets reliability in electronic distribution. Founded in 1980 in Santa Ana, California, IBS Electronics has evolved from a local distributor to a global leader in the electronic supply chain, consistently ranked among the top 50 distributors worldwide. Our global reach extends through a seamless network connecting over 1,900 brands, with solutions that span vendor consolidation, inventory management, and specialized electronic manufacturing services. Leveraging data-driven strategies, we offer fast quoting, comprehensive risk assessments, and market insights that keep you ahead. Our electronic manufacturing services are designed to enhance your production, from PCB design to full-scale assembly. Quality and reliability are the cornerstones of IBS Electronics. Our rigorous testing and transparent sourcing ensure you receive the best products with optimal performance. At IBS Electronics, strategic sourcing and market adaptability are at the heart of what we do. We excel in navigating complex markets to bring you the best in electronic components from around the world.
We still have a really rough supply chain, and the best way to navigate that is to give yourself more than one option. Whereas an authorized distributor, they only have one option, one source to get you the part you need if you order it. As a hybrid global independent distributor like IBS Electronics can be, we have a number of different sources, approved vendors that are all authorized around the globe, and ensuring that you get the parts you need on time and at the same price for a much more resilient supply chain.
To learn a little bit more about IBS Electronics, we were founded in 1980 in Santa Ana, California, and we were founded as International Bobbin Systems. We evolved to support procurement and engineering solve and improve manufacturing supply chain. Founded by Bob Tavy, a power supply engineer, we were working to provide solutions to manufacturers in need of innovative sourcing solutions. 40 years later today, more than 40 years later today, IBS has been established as a top 50 distributor for many years in a row now. We're ISO 9001 2015, AS 6081 certified, as well as members of ERA, ERAI, and many other associations. We're supporting aerospace, military, defense, as well as various applications throughout the world. We have just launched a new website. Our new website is designed to help our customers manage their account, discover our new tools like our bill of material tool. It's designed for engineers by engineers and procurement teams, and it's working for teams and individuals. You can visit ibselectronics.com to explore our new website. So I'm here with Aldo today, and we're excited to discuss one aspect of our new website that supports our customers with fast quoting. We're also going to get into how AI can transform your bill of material analysis and how IBS Electronics can help you to do that with every quote. Let's take a look at our new website. Today, we're just going to take a few minutes to explore our bill of material tool, and I'd love to show everyone in real time how fast we can quote. So let's get started. So on our website, when we access our bill of material tool, we have two options. Whether you want to collect information for a single item or whether or not you would like to upload or paste a list, we have both of those functions available to you. Starting with our upload a list function. So you can upload a CSV or spreadsheet by clicking and dragging or clicking to upload. You can then map your spreadsheet to ensure that the columns match up. Right now we have manufacturer, part number, and quantity. Watch how quickly we're able to analyze the bill of materials, validate it, and collect price and stock information. One of the great benefits of IBS, especially compared to many distributors, is our information is relative to both authorized and non-authorized lines for IBS due to our partnership with global authorized channels. So this gains visibility for our customers into both authorized, non-authorized lines from IBS Electronics, but verified from authorized sources. Watch how we can quickly paste part numbers as well. And look, in nearly an instant, 232 line items were quoted. So this is just to show the lightning speed and how IBS can transform your bill of material analysis and fast quoting. So next, what I'm excited to get into with Aldo is just how can AI transform your bill of material analysis? Realizing the power of AI, the possibilities are limited only by our imagination. AI is enhancing us and doesn't entirely replace us at IBS Electronics. It doesn't replace who we are or what our mission is. It simply enhances our ability to accelerate our potential and help our customers accelerate theirs. For example, we're assisting procurement professionals or engineers to exceed their goals or KPIs faster and more efficiently through our technology. First, let's talk about AI for bill of material analysis. Aldo, can you explain how we're using AI for bill of material analysis to validate and ensure that the correct manufacturer part number and manufacturer matches customer requirements? And why is this important?
Absolutely. One of the main constraints that our industry has is there are multiple ER systems within each and every single organization. That alone can create different problems within the part validation analysis. Some ERPs, for example, cannot accept wildcards, while others cannot accept special characters or even accept spaces. Simple thing overall that now we can use and search in every browser. That specific reason can create changes or shifts in the part number as well as the manufacturer that can create issues when validating a part number because some Some people, when they search parts, they just search for the part number and the manufacturer as is in the system. So what we try to do is validate and provide what is the correct MPN, the correct configuration or taxonomy, as well as the manufacturer, because also manufacturer names change throughout time due to acquisitions, they change their name. So what we do is we validate on each and every single step of our processes. We validate the MPN and manufacturer.
Thank you, Aldo. It's really interesting to hear, and especially hearing directly from the mastermind behind these analysis and technologies. How are we also identifying? We're quickly identifying and categorizing products, identifying the form, fit, and function. But this is even, taking it to the next level, right? If no manufacturer part number is provided, we can identify items through a manufacturer and customer description. Can you explain that?
Yes, so what we do is, let's say we have a description that is mentioning a specific capacitance with a specific voltage, and we are giving a manufacturer or sometimes just the MPN but not the manufacturer. Sometimes those can clash together, but by having the descriptions, we can validate based on the initial input of either the MPN or the manufacturer and come to a conclusion of what is the correct part.
That's great. So we're also assisting customers with part number identification, helping them to identify manufacturers that have maybe been acquired and rectify that within their systems as well, right? That's great. So another thing is alternative analysis and identification. So this is one of the coolest, benefits of AI for bill of material analysis, in my opinion, because we can quickly analyze the specification requirements and match alternatives that meet a 70% or more form fit function requirement to accelerate the engineering qualification. Can you share how this has benefited some of the engineers? For example, how you've been able to provide them with a smaller number of data sheets or part numbers to analyze for qualification?
So, this is an interesting topic that I always discuss with engineers themselves. And I find it funny because no matter how much information I provide to the engineers will do what they always do. I would do the same thing personally, and that is I will go either to the manufacturer website to get the datasheet and review the specs myself. So, what instead I do specifically is I get the information, the initial information from the requested part number, compare it first an alternate part number for part number, and then I have the specifications of the original one. So what I do, I create specific queries to find an alternate solution. That alternate solution will match a very specific criteria of parameters of the part number to ensure it will have more results. That way I can provide the analysis itself a report that they can compare both limited specs, and then the engineer, because they know their application, can go and have a faster selection process or vetting of part numbers that they can go through.
That's great. And just as we mentioned at the start of this, AI is now enhancing the engineers to accelerate their objectives, right? So let's look into how we do this. Our innovative sourcing technology is able to work with manufacturers, authorized distributors, and independent distributors in real time to be able to collect this information, identify, specific market prices, stock levels, lead time, life cycle statuses, identify alternatives. So all of this is capable for us to extend to our customers, Aldo?
That is correct. Basically, we have built the infrastructure that help us analyze different sources, get the right information that might be either technical as well as market, and provide results based on that.
That's awesome. So now let's take an inside look at the innovative proprietary AI-enhanced product information and market intelligence databases that power this. So essentially, I like to look at this as the right and left side of our brains. The right side houses all of our product information related to specifications, manufacturers, part numbers, data sheets, and we do this by connecting directly to over, 1,900 manufacturers. We're rapidly accelerating this to 6,000 through the power of AI. And the left side of our brain houses all of the price and availability records, right? Market information, lead time information. So Aldo, how is this collectively generating a report for customers to help them to quote and understand and gain visibility to a global market?
Okay, so specifically, we have the product information that alone help us identify alternative solutions within the market based on specifications, descriptions, parametric searches. That alone, that works. Market information itself, not every manufacturer or distributor has the same information or it's built the same way. Therefore, we use that information, we parse it to what is our IBS architecture. And I'd like to mention that where the IBS logo symbol is, that's where the real magic happens because it combines both the product and market information. It does quantification, a little bit of analysis in terms of what are the market trends based on past history that we have received previously, as well as it does the technical comparison. It goes back and queries information if we're requesting for alternates, and the consolidation of both product and market happens there, where we can provide the report.
So this is really exciting. And essentially what we're now doing is this is enabling us to bring a new approach to this. It's where global reach meets local expertise. So our quoting capabilities, let's get into that now. We're helping customers to find the parts they need. We can help them to gain visibility into 40 authorized and independent channels in one place. This gains visibility to the global pricing visibility, global stock visibility. What are some of the benefits of seeing the visibility to global stock and pricing that are typically out of customers' territories?
Well, on specifically on customer territories is you get a wider net on where you can source and the availability as well as resilience of your supply chain if you need to sort outside of your traditional net. So it gives you a little bit more bird's eye view in that aspect, but it also provides if you have enough history, you can also use it to your advantage to see how the market or stock pricing fluctuates over time.
So ultimately, gaining visibility to maybe pricing in Asia for products that are not even in stock in the American market could be a great benefit to customers so that they can maybe gain access to that pricing, gain access to that stock, right?
Yes, and vice versa as well.
Yes, so it's a global network. That's really awesome. Now, we can also quote up to 1,000 items, right? We don't just quote 1,000 items, we quote 1,000 items with information from over 40 authorized suppliers, right? So essentially, our customers used to have to go and request a quote from maybe 40 different suppliers. Is that the case?
In this specific sense, yes, you're basically consolidating all of your search into one place and having faster responses in that sense.
That's really awesome. And this directly ties into benefiting our customers with their streamlined consolidation as well. You know, like if 50% of the stock is allocated in Europe and 50% is allocated in the United States or Asia, vice versa, you know, we can help them to get the parts they need from two or more authorized sources and find them all in one quote to streamline their supply chains and reduce the cost of ownership, right?
Correct.
And this also includes the capabilities for market intelligence, so helping our customers to make informed decisions about their supply chains. So can you explain a little bit about the type of information that these market intelligence reports provide to engineers, purchasing, and supply chain management?
Yes, absolutely. Because we gather all this information is how can we make it beneficial to each and every single department. So for example, for engineers, we provide technical specification, potential alternatives, item risk if they're, for example, doing a new product, a prototype on their side, and even life cycle status if they want to use. This is just a basic analysis for engineers. If more is needed, we can tailor that specifically for whatever case the need. And this can happen with all three that you're seeing here. For purchasing, what's really important would be cost, lead times. Absolutely, the value of consolidating multiple results into one place is a must, as well as life cycle status, because they might not be aware of the life cycle status is there. For supply chain management, it's all about planning. It's all about taking calculated risk. That's why we have the risk evaluation there. We have the market data, market trends, as well as we can also mention PPV or and a commonality between all three is the life cycle status, because life cycle of what you're sourcing or what you're planning to source is critical on each and every single step of the way.
Thank you, Aldo. So we're creating tailored data and market intelligence reporting with solutions for every role. So let's take a look at what those reports look like, starting with the market conditions. So as we look into the reporting here, we can see commodities, sub-commodities, manufacturers, what this test customers' organizational spend would be, what their demand quantity. Here you're now going to see the average market price, right? An average number of lead times. So this is a high-level overview of the market conditions of their bill of materials that's been analyzed. So let's look at the organizational insights, Aldo. So what we're doing here is looking into the end customer details. So this benefits maybe some of our EMS or contract manufacturer customers so that they can also ensure, maximum profitability, but also efficiency or cost savings for their customers, right? Can you explain how we can look into these organizational insights to benefit end customers and streamline assemblies?
Yes, we have had situations, for example, where one of our customers, they want to see how much they spend in a specific project with a specific customer. Therefore, they give us the end organization or multiple end organizations, and we analyze the bill of materials in that way. But for example, if you have a full assembly, you're building a cabinet with multiple components, multiple PCBs, each and every single PCB has a name. Therefore, we also break it down that way. And then you have your customer or our customer uh, part number. We also take that into consideration. We consolidated all that information, segmented in this specific slide as commodity and sub-commodity, the organization spend based on the assembly or customer, as well as the risk score.
So we can take these organizational insights and even assign an IBS risk score. So for lead time risk assessment, for example, here we're providing IBS risk scores. And in this case, we're looking specifically into IBS high risk part numbers, right? Can you explain why some of these part numbers are at such high risk, maybe due to lead time or stock levels or their demand?
That's precisely why they are considered high risk parts, is because the inquiry, the number of quantity that you need at the time, the lead time is maybe too long for when you need it, because we do take into consideration when you need it by the available global stock. There is not enough stock out there, how much stock is on order from all of our sources that we mentioned, the 40 plus sources. And basically, that's the part of the analytics that I was referring to. That's where the merge of the data analysis, our history, the trends, that this is where it comes to play, and that's how we assign a risk score.
So additionally, in addition to those high risk part numbers, we can identify low risk part numbers, right? And that maybe these have an excess supply within a market. So there's not much risk associated with the lead time. So how does that directly relate to PPV model and how we can leverage excess or a saturated stock within a market to offer cost savings to customers?
So in that specific sense, that's actually why we have the low risk score as well, is because we try to capitalize on that using the supply and demand law. Is if there's much supply out there, but with the little demand, there is opportunity for to negotiate price to get better pricing. That's in that sense, and that's something that is beneficial. I always say it's not everything is doom and gloom. That's a personal state where you can capitalize when you have low risk score parts.
And I think another benefit of working with our team at IBS Electronics is we can handle a lot of those negotiations for you or with you, right? We can work with these manufacturers, work with the authorized supply channels to leverage these insights to provide lower cost of ownership. So as we look into country of origin, this is a really great insight. Can you explain how quickly analyzing and identifying country of origin to visualize this data helps our customers understand where their parts come from?
Uh, Practical example that we had with country of origin, for example, one of our customers requested, it was the time where there was an earthquake, if I'm not mistaken, it was in Thailand, I believe, or Taiwan. But regardless, what they did is they gave us the bill of materials and just requested, if you can do the country of origin distribution, can you verify which sources come out of this specific country and give me a report on that, because that will come into play for us if there is any supply chain disruptions, because we need to find the same parts and in other sources as well.
So in addition to understanding, geographical events, impacts in the supply chain, maybe they could also use this to visualize where their products are coming from and help us to streamline their vendor managed inventory programs or supplier consolidation as well, right?
Correct.
So next, the report also gives insight into life cycle status, helps mitigate obsolescence, and helps to identify alternatives. Can you explain how that works for our customers?
Yes. So uh, in this specific this is one of the slides that, or ports that, each and every single role has embedded into them in a standard fashion. That's because lifecycle is critical, because we provide information to our customers in a way mm, that we want it to be useful. Is we already have 40 suppliers that they are providing the life cycle status. What we do differently is, aside from the life cycle status that we already have, if one of those suppliers mentions that the life cycle status is obsolete or change status from out of production to, let's say, not recommended for new designs, or a different life cycle status, we tag it, because we believe that it's better to be cautious in that sense, for it to be reviewed by someone, because it will provide much more information, just verifying that uh, difference in the data set.
So we can also use this information to identify risk associated with the supply chain based off of life cycle status, but we can take this a step further and identify alternatives. As we mentioned previously, we have AI-enhanced technology that analyzes the specifications, the requirements, to ensure that it meets the form, fit, function, or parameter requirements of a customer. So here, can you explain how we're able to visually see how some of these commodities and manufacturers with the specific risk scores that we've just discussed, we have proposed alternatives from IBS, but not only that, potential savings that the customer could receive.
Yes, so in this specific slide, everything that we have mentioned in the past of finding the specs, doing the alternates through AI, the type of commodities, categories, all that analysis comes into fruition in these slides, because you are already considering the part number, the IBS alternate part number, but we also consider the market conditions, and the potential savings that our principal lines can offer in that specific sense. So you can see an actual benefit in this specific slide of what would be the potential savings by changing to an alternate suggested part number.
So we can offer a great cost savings and expedite the engineering to qualify some of these alternatives. So how do our customers get started? Or how can you get started? Visit ibselectronics.com and try our BOM tool. upload a list and request a quote, or paste your products to add them to the BOM tool to request a quote directly from there. From here, you can connect with our IBS experts so that they can provide dedicated concierge service to you and support you with receiving this insight with your quote. Next, we'd like to open it for questions. If you have a question, please type it in the Q&A box. Our team is available as well after the call. Just send us an email or visit our website and chat with us. We're excited to talk to you about how we can expedite your quotes and help provide market intelligence or organizational insights to support your supply chain. So it looks like we have one question here. If your customer wants a marketing report analysis for a project they have, how should they approach IBS Electronics and what information do they need to provide? How long does it take for them to receive this report? So you can visit ibselectronics.com, upload your bill of materials or paste your items into our bill of material tool, request a quote, and someone will reach out to you within the same day, and within less than 24 hours, we'll be ready to review this report with you. You can also email sales@ibselectronics.com. Thank you everyone for joining today. A recap will be shared with the webinar as well as a replay, and our team is excited to help you fast track your quoting and accelerate your supply chain potential. We're your partner in supply chain management. Thank you for joining and have a lovely day.
Bye, everyone.